right, I'm gonna show you how I glaze my plates. So this is waxed and this is waxed and that is not. And if I was wondering, did I wax that? 'Cause sometimes you can't tell. You can just put a little water on your finger and go over it and you can see. Yep, I did, I waxed those. So now I'm gonna just first go around the outside and make sure that's all nice and clean. Okay, and stir up my glaze a bit. Okay, so I came up with this style of, or this system of glazing my plates, which is that I'm gonna pour the glaze into the center, put my finger on the wax center and pour it off, and then go around the outside. And to me, that is the best results. Let's see how it goes. Right in the middle, whoops, that's okay. And out, shake it out, get rid of it. And now my outside glazing has kind of started for me. This can come off. This is interesting because I waxed this a while ago, but it's, let's say, sticky. So I like to keep my work kind of clean, and instead of waiting on this, if I can clean that off when it's wet, it's a little less work than waiting for it to dry. And this too here. Yeah, maybe it's the temperature. It's pretty cold in here. I don't know if that affects like why the, oh, I think what it is, it's the clay in this glaze. I think the clay in this glaze is just making it kind of sticky. Been learning lately about glaze composition and what the different things do, and a lot of it I probably intuitively could have guessed right on a multiple choice test, but it's cool to just actually know. Knowledge is power, you know? And so, like, what are my fluxes, and what are my stabilizers, and what are my glass formers? Really the only glass former that I think is silica. I guess I used to think that boron was also a glass former, but I think that it's mostly just a flux. I think most things are fluxes. Clays are stabilizers. Just entertaining you while I clean this. Clays are stabilizers, and silica is a glass former. So feldspar is a flux. Talc is a flux. Dolomite is a flux. Nepheline cyanide is a flux. Let's see, let me look over there. All the frits are fluxes. And then we have opacifiers. Wollastonite's a flux. Calcium carbonate, whiting is a flux. So most things are fluxes. That was kind of good for me to learn. It's like all those things that I didn't know what they were, most of them are fluxes. That means that they help the glaze melt, because silica melts at a very high temperature, and it needs, in order to make that glass, glaze means glass, you know, glaze is a glass. In order to do that, we have to bring the temperature of the silica down, and that's what all those fluxes do. Okay, so now I'm going to start with this line here. I'll pick it up, go around. All right, and off. And I'm going to just assume that there's plenty of glaze, because it seemed like a whole lot was going over the edge there, that I don't have to glaze that part. And if I did, it would kind of be an overkill. So here we are, back with the damp sponge, cleaning. You know, we just got a fish tank. And, you know, you need like cleaners in that fish tank. We got hermit crabs to clean the tank. And right away, you could see those little guys just go to work. Like good little potters. Cleaning. A saltwater fish tank. So exciting. Today we're getting clownfish. And we're gonna see if we can breed them and have them lay eggs and stuff. Isn't that fun? Let's see what happens. So, clownfish. And then we're gonna get other kinds of fish. We're in a fish craze. We're going fish crazy. Okay, now I'm looking for a brush. So I have some spots. Okay, let me show you here what's going on here. I have some spots that got missed when I did the pouring. That's okay. That's the wrong brush. I have two glazes that look very similar right here. So I either will use my bulb syringe or my brush to do this. And today I'm just choosing the brush. It's kind of 50-50 as far as function goes. They both work pretty well. So just getting that clean line, going over everything that I did basically. Sometimes I don't have to do this at all. Sometimes the line is just there, and other times it's like a little messy like this one. So I'd rather have too much and then wipe it away, basically. That's what we're doing here. Okay, got that all set up and back to the sponge. Hermit crab action. We gotta clean up this fish tank. Here we go. All right. I'll take this moment to talk about my cohort. Well, first of all, on January 8th, 2025, if you're watching this before then, I'm going to be giving, or even after, you can still buy the workshop, I think. I'm going to be doing a 2-hour workshop on wheel throwing fundamentals. I'm giving all my best tips and tricks. I love doing that. Love helping people and teaching them stuff. I've been so blessed through my career to have great teachers and just the privilege and time to be able to be a potter, you know, to make that choice and test myself and do it. So it's been a great career for me. Back to that. So I'm going to be teaching a workshop on January 8th. It's a 2-hour workshop that's a teaser, like a little sneak peek for my 9-month program, which is a cohort that meets once or twice a week. You get to choose once on the weekend and once during the week. The class is on the weekend, and then what I call open studio is during the week. And next year's cohort, I believe, will meet on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to noon on Saturdays, Pacific Standard Time or Daylight Time, whatever we happen to be in. And open studios will be on Tuesdays from also the same time, 10 a.m. to noon on Tuesdays. And I basically teach you everything I know as much as I can and everything that you want to learn. Like, I'm pretty much willing to, as long as it's valuable to the cohort, I'm pretty much willing to learn anything and then teach it to you. So, like, let me see. Let's say you wanted to learn how to make a square baking dish on the wheel. That's something I've never done, but if enough of us thought it was cool, especially if I think it's cool, which I do, I would learn how to do it and then teach you. So it's a super fun way to learn everything you want to learn and learn everything that I have to teach you in a really super supportive environment. I mean, that's one thing I can say I'm really good at is cultivating supportive environments. I don't have any competition in my groups. We are all each other's cheerleaders and our own cheerleaders. I help people get over their imposter syndromes and really be self-supporting for the hard work that they do and their successes, celebrating successes. And yeah, it's a really fun experience. I mean, I'm proud of it and I'm excited for it and I'm here for it. So if you're thinking about, like, if you'd like a mentorship, if you're working alone at home and you kind of crave that mentorship and community experience, it's amazing what we can create on Zoom. I mean, really, like, we had quite an international cohort, and I am positive people will travel internationally to see each other from that group. I think that there's friends for life from that group. And the whole group is basically staying in touch because it was so valuable. So it's freaking amazing. I'm so glad I decided to do that program, and yeah, just super fun. Okay, so workshop January 8th, it's only $40. You register through Seapore Ceramics. I'll put the link if I ever post this video. I'll put the link somewhere around here. Feel free to get in touch with me with any questions. Feel free to get in touch with me if you kind of think this stuff is interesting, but you don't want to commit to anything yet. I'll just put you on my email list, and you can get the announcements of when these things are happening. And yeah, I love to teach, so if you love to learn, we're a good match. There's my plate. It's all done. Well, not totally done. Now it has to get fired.